we are on our third or fourth day, the campaign against the nuclear danger of Iran. The campaign is going pretty well so far, and I think we must continue with a very clear objective of dismantling Iran's future and current military nuclear potential, taking care of its strategic ballistic missile program, and obviously Iran's supports to the entire axis around us. And I think those are very important objectives, definitely for us from an existential perspective, but also for the region and the world. And you know, we know that when capabilities meet the intent, it is very dangerous. And the capabilities of military nuclear capacity with the intent of destroying the state of Israel meeting each other, or almost meeting each other, this is something we must act against, and I'm very satisfied that we are doing it.
There have been conflicting reports about the damage done so far to the Natanz facility. Can you say what your understanding is of what damage has been done to that specific facility?
I think major damage was conflicted on the Natanz facility and other facilities that has to do with it. Of course, all the scientists around it, the command and control of the regime, of the Revolutionary Guard. So I think those are very, very important achievements. And as you know, that we are not stopping and we continue with this, I think it's very important.
To actually eliminate the nuclear threat posed by Iran, to actually destroy the Natanz facility, the Fordo facility, can Israel do that alone, or does it need the United States firepower, bunker-busting bombs to actually destroy the Fordo facility in particular?
Yes, well, obviously we are very strong and we are very sophisticated, and I think we have surprised many people around the world, and specifically in Iran, with our capabilities that were built over the last, I would say, 2 decades probably, that we are following this issue. Having said that, I do remember that the United States is much stronger than us, and it has capabilities that we don't possess, but I'm not in a position to recommend the President of the United States what to do. I think President of the United States, President Trump, not just a great friend of the State of Israel, but he's a world leader, and he understands the interest of the United States. He understands the interest of the region. He understands the interest of the global community, whether those are in this region or in Western Europe, or you see those UAVs exploding in Kiev. So I'm sure that the United States, if it decides to act, it will do it for its own interest and not for our interest only.
President Trump posted on social media on Sunday saying, and I quote, "Iran and Israel should make a deal, and we'll make a deal just like I got India and Pakistan to make." Can this end with diplomacy, or is there no way to end this except militarily at this point?
Well, obviously there are 2 tracks. There is the military track that we are now seeing inactive, and I think we must continue with it, because once we are there, the more we distract, it's very important. But let me say this, Anderson. We have nothing against the Iranian people. It's all about the regime. It's all about its strategic capabilities, and it is all against its intent, whether those are against us or what we have seen 2 years before in Saudi or what we have seen in Ukraine and other places. So we are focusing on the capabilities. That's what's important for us. And I'm telling you, as a man of peace, I would like to have peace with the Iranian people as we had before. It's just between them and us, there is this fundamentalistic regime that we cannot take the risk of letting him possess those capabilities. And I hope that we can achieve it before. Look, Israel have never initiated such a strategic campaign unless it was an existential potential threat. That was the case with the nuclear facilities in Iraq. That was the case with the nuclear facility in Syria. And that's the case right now, even though it's much more complicated than one spot facilities that we have experienced before. But as you see, it's not one squadron who operates somewhere. It's the entire Israeli Air Force, the Mossad, and our intelligence forces. And I think we are doing a very good job, but also very important activity for ourselves, obviously, but for the region and for the world. Let us not forget this. Iran has already missiles that can reach Eastern Europe. Wait few more years, they can reach the heart of Europe. Now just imagine, after seeing what Iran has done in the last decades and more, in destabilizing the area and seeing what happened in Syria and see what it did in Lebanon, see what it did with Hamas, see what it did with the Houthis, and imagine it would have the nuclear canopy to enable all those kind of activities. We are protecting ourselves. I think we are serving the world as well.
So, to that end, will anything short of regime change really protect Israel from a nuclear Iran, or the West, as you say, from ballistic capabilities? Even if facilities are badly damaged, if the regime remains in place, they still have the know-how and, it would seem, the desire to develop these weapons.
So obviously we took much of them out of the game. But as you rightly said, it is only for the Iranian to decide they give up on this track. But we must make sure that they come to this conclusion. And when I'm saying we, it's definitely Israel from its perspective, but it's also the region, it's also the world, and we must make sure that no one replenish them with any kind of capabilities later on. And that's a follow-on campaign kind of stuff with different manners, with better inspection, with better everything. Iran cannot go to that place because it would be very dangerous for us and for others as well. A regime change in Iran, it's a question of the Iranian people. It may be an outcome, but if the Iranians decide to change the regime, I think they have all the reasons to do it, but I'm not there instead of them.
Well, Prime Minister Netanyahu, as you know, has called for Iranians to rise up. I think a lot of people have been surprised at Israel's capabilities inside Iran, I assume using Iranians themselves as agents to target nuclear scientists and others. It's been extraordinary to see the effectiveness of just tracking movements of nuclear scientists, tracking movements of top generals. There's obviously great dissatisfaction and dissent in Iran. Do you believe that Iranians will rise up, particularly while they're being bombed?
Well, honestly, I don't know. I can tell you that obviously we need to differentiate between military activities with agents and stuff that we have, of course, capabilities and widespread. It's a big country, many nations, many nationalities and kind of ethnic groups, etc., etc. It is for them to decide. And once again, I want to emphasize, we have nothing against the Iranian people. I think they were being held hostage to this regime for decades, and as they've tried before, they may try it in the future. It's for them to decide.